Famine. Shalom. First and foremost, giving all praises, honor, glory, respect, and blessings to Yahweh, Bashem, Yahweh Shai, Bashem Rechakadash. Salutations to the Lord's elect on the four corners of the earth, pushing this truth and sincerity while patiently waiting for Yahweh Shai's return. And double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone, which have taught us everything we know through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bashem, Yahweh Shai. And famine is a part of the basics of the Holy Scriptures. Okay, if you're new coming into the truth, you should know about famine and the effects of famine and what famine can do to a nation of people. Now, this video was inspired by the brother Ma'ak Allah in the Los Angeles camp. Lord's will I said his name right. So, without further ado, let's get right into it. Now, this is famine from Wikipedia.com. And famine is something that people have went through in the past. And famine is one of the most painful and slowest ways you can die. Because when you're going through starvation, your body is literally eating its entire self from the inside out. And it is a slow, painful process. So a lot of people is going to die by the famine as it is prophesied in the Holy Scriptures, which is going to happen in the future, in the near future. When a lot of people can't eat, a famine is going to cause a lot of people to take the RFID chip, which is the mark of the beast. A famine is going to cause a lot of people to take the toxic injection, which is being administered by the hospitals and so forth, which a lot of people won't even know that it is a deadly injection. But it says a famine is a widespread a scarcity of food caused by several factors, including war. And notice how it says famine is a widespread scarcity of food. Okay, and this is what they show for food. Okay, they should also include water in there because water is actually a part of food. And a matter of fact, your body needs water more than it needs anything else because your body is made up of 90% water. Okay. So it says a famine is a widespread scarcity of food caused by several factors, including war, inflation, crop failure, population imbalance, or government policies. This phenomenon is usually accompanied or followed by regional malnutrition, starvation, epidemic, and increased, or you mean decreased, morality. Every inhabited continent in the world has experienced a period of famine throughout history. Okay, so let's see, they put in starvation, right? Now, something else I would like to do is let's go to Google and let's type in how does it feel to starve to death? What does dying of starvation feel like? Okay. How painful is death from starvation or dehydration? So Let's go to this one. This piece explores the question of how painful it is for wild animals to die of starvation or dehydration, which people are equated to animals in the Holy Scriptures, as our teachers of Great Millstone have went into. Since we know more about the subjective experiences of humans and then non-human animals, okay, a focus on accounts of human deaths from a voluntary stopping of eating and drinking (VSED). While many pro-hospice accounts of VSED are positive, most pro-life accounts are negative. I suspect truth is somewhere in the middle of humans dying via voluntarily stop eating and drinking, typically have access to painkillers, which means that the suffering endured from stopping from eating and drinking probably understates the pain that a wild animal would experience. Okay, it says a common way that starvation ends a person's life is by causing heart problems. Now, a lot of people will tell you that to have a heart attack is an extremely painful way to go out. So imagine having a heart attack, but you can't die, and you're still awake, feeling the pain, followed by your stomach acid eating your ribs, eating your livers, eating the very bones of your body, okay? Eating your intestines, well, eating away at your intestines, because what's in your stomach? Stomach acid. Acid eats away at whatever it touches. Based on anecdotal accounts, it seems that cardiac arrest may be among the better ways to die, while heart attacks are most protracted and can sometimes be intensely painful. Okay, so let's go to another website. Okay, what does it feel like to die of starvation in terms of both the physical attempt to conserve energy and emotional contempt? Because dying of starvation impacts you emotionally too. A lot of people don't understand that. A lot of things start going through your mind when you're starving to death. You start to hallucinate, you start to panic, you start to have anxiety, major anxiety problems. Your body temperature drops. You start feeling like you're cold or freezing, even if it's hot outside. So here, starvation is not painful, experts say. See, that's the devil. You gotta pick the meat off the bones. You gotta learn when the devil is, you gotta know when the devil is at work. Salakia for that picture. Had no idea it was there. So starvation is a severe deficiency in caloric energy intake below the level needed to maintain an organism's life. So check that out. When you're going through starvation, your organs start to fail each other. Your liver begins to not filter out the toxins that's coming into your body. Your stomach, when your stomach starts to fail, it starts to eat away at anything that it can get a hold of inside your body. Your intestine starts to fail. You might have problems peeing, or sitting on a toilet doing a number two. You might have problems doing that. And like they mentioned earlier, your cardio system, which the world calls the heart, which that's not really your heart. I call it the cardio system because it's the organ that pumps blood in between your chest. Okay, even that starts to fail, you know? It might become harder for you to breathe. It might start feeling like you're going through a heart attack, but you're not, but it feels like a heart attack, you know? So the organs in your body starts to fail because of the lack of the caloric value uh, 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 in your body. It is the most extreme form of malnutrition in humans. Prolonged starvation can cause permanent organ damage because your stomach is eating away at it, and eventually death. Okay? But in the other website, the devil clearly told you that starvation is not. That's why you can't believe everything that this effing devil says. Okay, the term inen, inanition, or inanition refers to symptoms and effects of starvation. Starvation may also be used as means